Hi guys, today I'm going to be talking to you a little bit about relationships, and I'm going to be looking to my left and down a little bit. I have a few notes that I'm going to use just to keep me on track so I don't ramble on for hours. So I'm not spacing out, no squirrel, just trying to keep some notes or use some notes to keep me on track. So with relationships, as you all know, they're a very vital part of our lives. We can't escape them. And there's good ones, bad ones, and most of them fall somewhere in between, right? So for me, it makes sense to put relationships in the category of a tree. And so picture a tree with me, if you will. And there are some people that are at the very top and they're like leaves. And these people blow with the wind. They're here, they're there. You never quite know what you're going to get with those people. They're pretty to look at and they're nice to have around, but they're not the most reliable people. And if a big storm hits your life and you need to call on somebody, these are not the people to call because they will blow and leave you high and dry. And we've all had people in our lives like that. Maybe some of us still do have people in our lives like that. The next group of people, I like to say, fall in the category of the tree limbs or the branches. Now, branches can be tricky because they look like they're sturdy. They might even convince you that they're sturdy, but if you step out on them with all of your weight, they'll snap or they'll bend and scare you half to death. So branches, you kind of have to break down to even more categories. The people that can't hold your weight, can't hold any of your secrets, your heavy stuff, they're not with you at all when you're in a storm. They just snap and break off. Those are dead limbs. And those people are going to have to be cut off or not seen very frequently, depending upon whether or not they're toxic. But most people are just like twigs. We think they're branches, but when you put weight on them, like I said, they start to sway, they start to bend down, and you're like, ooh, this person doesn't have me. This person can't hold as much as I thought they could hold. Okay, well, that's lesson learned, right? So sometimes you can help a branch, and you can nurture a branch back to life. It might be from some really good tree food, some really good conversation, some honest vulnerability on our part to where we just go to the person and say, hey, I need more, or I really was looking for you to be there for me in this certain way and you weren't, and so I just want to clarify expectations, something like that. Those branches can be trimmed. They can be worked with to where they will bear fruit, and they can be reliable friends. So you don't want to cut somebody off just because they're a branch. You got to look at that branch. But the ones that are dead, the ones that are just there to take, and you know who I'm talking about. We all have people like that in our lives. The people that you just don't feel good after spending time with, the people that you feel drained, but you're like, gosh, I didn't get anything from that, but I sure did give a lot. The people that you have to spend days gearing up for because you know you have to see them and you feel obligated to do so, those are dead branches. And most of the time, we have to know when something is dead so that we can set appropriate boundaries to keep ourselves safe. And so we don't spend all of our time giving to people that can't give back for whatever reason. The third category of people are roots, and these people run deep. And hopefully you are lucky enough to have some roots in your life because they are your lifeline. These are people you can bear yourself to. You can be authentically you. If you're going through whatever and you just feel like the pits and you need to unload on somebody, these people have your back. You know they do. You know you can leave a room and come back and they have your reputation. These are your roots. Like I said, they grow long, they grow deep, and they are the lifeline of the tree. So if you're lucky enough to have even a couple of roots, keep them because they'll keep you alive. So the question I get a lot in therapy is how to know when it's time to cut somebody off and how to do it. So first of all, I want to preface cutting people off or setting extreme boundaries. I want to preface it by saying the boundaries are for you. The boundaries that you need to set with people are the distance that you can safely keep, or the distance at which you can be around somebody and still feel emotionally safe and intact as you. Okay, so the boundaries are for you. They're not for the other person. If you try to set a boundary with somebody and they come back in a snarky way or a hateful way, or they say, well, you just don't like me, or you're mean, or whatever, you know you need to set a boundary with that person, and you know they are the branch that needs to be cut off. So people will tell you everything you need to know when you start to set boundaries with them. When you start to have real and open conversations with them and allow yourself to be vulnerable, they will tell you everything you need to know. One of the greatest quotes I ever heard is from Maya Angelou, and sadly she has passed away, but she was one of the best and greatest poets of our time. And she said, when somebody shows you who they are, believe them the first time. Words of wisdom, huh? Yeah, that's what I thought when I saw it the first time. People will tell us everything we need to know about them if we just observe. And usually they'll do it the first time. Now, it might be something small, it might be something that goes off inside of us. It's like, that's not really right, but for whatever reason, we persuade ourselves to overlook it and to go on. Do not overlook what your gut is telling you, because your gut is your very best friend. Your gut has always been with you, and your gut will always tell you the truth, and that's your wisdom. So if we don't listen to our gut, it'll go away, and we won't know who's safe and who's not. If we listen to it, it will guide us to the healthy relationships that we deserve. So I think that is the end of my relationship spiel for now. I'm going to be doing a lot more videos on boundaries and on relationships. So stay tuned and subscribe and like. And my goal is to get some information out there so that we can all give the healthy relationships that we should be giving, and that we can all be in the healthy relationships that we deserve to be in. So until next time, take care. Have a great Monday. Bye-bye.